Hello, Sagittarius. I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is your April 2020 reading. So, Sagittarius, I have a half-price reading sale, private reading sale, every weekend. You can check out which reading is in the half-price reading sale on my website at the weekends on BeHealing.com. And so that makes a reading 60 Australian dollars instead of 120 Australian dollars, which is about 40 American dollars at the exchange rate at the time of me recording and shooting this video. So great value. And if there's a particular reading that you would like me to do in one of these half-price reading sales, then you just let me know in the comments below. So let's have a look. Sagittarius, what is your April all about? What is your month got to be about? What's the story behind it? Let's have a look. We've got Feel It and Self-Love starting you off this month, Sagittarius. And so I'm feeling like you maybe have had the chance to stop things, to quieten down a little bit, you know, in social lockdown or whatever it's called, in lockdown, in this social isolation or whatever it is that we're in, or you're in April, it's given you the time to actually feel what you were doing to yourself, feel what your past life was doing to you. I don't mean past life as in another reincarnation. I mean your life until now, the patterns that you've been in, maybe the work that you've been in, the people you've been around, the friendships that you've had, the places you've been going. Maybe it's something like driving to work for an hour each day and then driving home, that kind of thing. When you stop, that's when you really feel it. You know, it's like when you're overworking yourself and then you go on holiday and then you get sick when you're on holiday because you fully feel what it is that you've been doing to yourself, that exhaustion. You know, we just keep on going, don't we? Like we're on a treadmill, we just keep on going without feeling it, numbing ourselves out to our feelings, so we just can keep on going, we keep on going, and it completely ignoring how it's making us feel. And then I'm really feeling, Sagittarius, that this month you're not numbing out anymore. You're not able to. You've got to face it because these things have stopped, and it's like, oh my God, my life has been so exhausting, that kind of thing. It might not be exhaustion for you, it might be something else, but it's that kind of thing. It's when you pull back from things, suddenly you're feeling what it's been doing for you. Maybe it might be as much as like soul destroying, that kind of thing, whatever you're feeling. I don't know, don't let me put feelings into your, don't let me put words into your mouth kind of thing. Don't let me try and tell you what your feelings are. You know what your feelings are. But it's that kind of thing that's coming up. You're actually feeling it now. You're feeling the consequences of what you're doing. You're feeling, you're not numbing out. So maybe it was like busyness that was causing you to numb out. You know, maybe you're just keeping yourself busy, as I said, like on that treadmill. Just keep on going, keep on going. Forget that, like just ignore that you've got blisters on your feet. Just keep on going, keep on going. And then it's only when you get off that treadmill that you kind of wake up and like, oh my God, my feet are hurting. I've got blisters all over them. That kind of thing. You know what it is that you're feeling this month, Sagittarius, and you know what? That feeling is your guidance system. It's your guidance system saying something has to change. Maybe a lot of things have to change, Sagittarius, but you're feeling it now, and so make sure you make decisions this month. Self-loving decisions, right? If what you've been doing has given you blisters on your feet, then you need to change something. And it's not just your shoes and carrying on that treadmill. It's not just that. It's time to make some big changes for you to decide what's best for you to listen to your energy levels. Remember, the universe and your higher self is trying to lead you forward on your life path. Your life path is not just it's not just what the world wants from you. It's not just what you're here to do, to give out. It's also what you're here to receive too. There's a balance in that. And so your higher self and the universe is trying to lead you forward on that path. Now, it can only do that successfully if you're making good decisions for yourself, if you're making decisions that make you feel better. That's the universe's foolproof method of leading us, of making sure that we are on our life path, moving us forward on our life path. And it thought it was foolproof proof, thinking that we would make decisions based on how we feel so that we feel better, thinking that we would make decisions to feel even better and better. But then what happens is we come here, and it's not foolproof after all, or we're complete fools, because we get taught by other people and by religions that we should suffer, that we should put everyone else before ourselves, that it doesn't matter how we feel, that we're sinners, or whatever. We're taught that there's no gain without pain. You've got to sacrifice, you've got to be a martyr to be a good person. You're not meant to feel good now, you're meant to feel good later after you die. How ridiculous is that? We're taught not to do that, and it's like the universe is like, oh my God, like I've given them the best guidance system ever. Just make decisions that make you feel better. But you haven't been doing that, Sagittarius, have you? And now you're realizing that this month, you're realizing that you haven't been doing that. And so now it's time to do that. And so I'm feeling like these are big decisions for self-love. Of course, you've got to love yourself to be able to actually make those choices that make you feel better, right? And it's time for you to do that, not just for your sake and not just for feeling better, but because that is your guidance system. That's your higher self trying to lead you forward on your path. And so if you've been choosing the martyrdom or the path of suffering, thinking that that's what's going to take you on your life path, no, it's not. It absolutely isn't. And so get off that path right now, because that's just going to lead to more trauma, and you're not going to have the energy to do anything for the rest of the world if you're on that path. So don't pick the path of suffering. You've been picking the path of suffering, Sagittarius. You're not alone. This is just what's coming up for you this month, and realizing that so you can make some changes. So you're really feeling it. You're feeling the consequences of your actions. You're feeling what it's been doing to you. So that you can get off that treadmill now, so that you can make those decisions for yourself, those self-loving decisions, so that you can feel better and feel better in your life. So this is not to be taken lightly this month. It really is the opportunity to make some big decisions. This could be like massive lifestyle changes, big changes, changes in relationships, changes in the people that you hang out with, changes in where you're working, changes in, maybe like how much sleep you're getting. It could be that you've been working too much and you've not been sleeping enough and not resting enough, that kind of thing. It's like big decisions that you need to make now so that you feel better. There's no point in going back to a lifestyle when all of these restrictions are lifted off us. There's no point in going back to a lifestyle that's wearing you out, because that is the path of suffering. That is not the path to your life purpose. And the year 2020, Sagittarius, is all about you being on that path, that your true life path, so that you're doing what it is that you came here to do, and so that you're receiving what you came here to receive too. So you're getting your wishes being fulfilled, because that's an integral part of it too. The universe wants to make us happy. It doesn't want to just make everyone else in the world happy. You are one of these people that it wants to make happy too. So you're not here to suffer well just to make sure that everyone else has it better. You're included, Sagittarius, you're included. So yeah, give up all of that martyrdom thing, the path of suffering. You don't need to do that. Yes, and you need to rest more. That's where I was picking up for some of you. It's like you haven't been sleeping enough. You haven't been looking after yourself enough. You haven't been resting enough. You've been on this treadmill. Some of you have been traveling too much, as in commuting every day for long periods of time. It's just exhausting, and it's an utter waste of time, an utter waste of your energy too, and it is not required. And it's not good for the environment, is it, either? And we can see that now when people have stopped doing it. Suddenly the environment is recovering, and it's recovering very fast too. And so you're getting guidance through. It's not just about you, this rest, these changes that you want. It's not just good for you. It's good for the environment. It's good for the rest of the world. It's good for the rest of the world, because you're here to do something in particular. You're here for a reason. The universe wanted one of you in it, and it's given you like particular desires, particular likes, particular passions. And now it's time for you to get on with that and do that soul's calling, your soul's work now. And to be able to do it, you need to get in. You need to start resting. You need to listen to your feelings and start making really good decisions for yourself, self-loving decisions for yourself, resting more, stopping doing those things that wear you out, because that is your guidance. That is getting you on the path to what you're here for. resting more for sure. And that's not just about, sleeping more and sitting down more and that. It's about stopping those things that you've been doing that have been wearing you out, the opposite of rest. Life should be restful, I get a lot of rest, I get a lot of sleep, but I'm not lazy. Like I work out, and I work out twice a day because that allows me to get even better quality sleep when I do that. It allows me to be more functional when I'm in my functional part of the day, and it allows me to rest even more as well. And so this isn't about being lazy, this isn't just about sitting and Netflixing. The people that sit in Netflix are the ones that are wearing themselves out in the rest of their lives. And so they're on this roller coaster, crash, um, doing too much, crash, instead of having like their nervous system really being taken care of all the time. And in the lifestyle that I've got, that I've chosen, it allows me to do a lot of work. It allows me to work every day because I've got a balance. I've got an everyday balance, so I can work 7 days a week without wearing myself out because I've got plenty of time to myself. I'm finding the balance within each 24 hours, and you can too, Sagittarius, and it allows you to do more of what you do. And not only that, but my work too, I get a lot from it. It doesn't wear me out. My actual work doesn't wear me out because I've chosen the way to do it, like working just online, working from home or outside. Outside actually is better for me than working in here, but we're on lockdown, so I have to work in here at the moment. And so that's okay. I can still, look after myself and get out in the morning for a run and be out on my balcony as the sun's going down, so I'm getting sunshine still. There's still things I can do. And in the same way, Sagittarius, is what your work is going to, you're only going to be able to do it a lot when you are looking after yourself too, when you really in that lifestyle, getting enough rest so that you can be high functioning at the other times. So this is not about laziness. Laziness occurs when you're out of balance, right? It's the roller coaster thing. You've got to get off that roller coaster so that you can be on an even keel all the time, so that within each 24 hours you've got balance. So yeah, it's cutting out that commute. It's cutting out working too long hours each day. It's making time for yourself. You can make those decisions now. And if you're saying, my boss, like, I just can't do that in my workplace. Well, you'll be surprised. There's going to be some changes made, I'm sure, when the world goes back to normal, or it's not going to go back to normal. It's not going to go back as it was before. We can make big changes now. And so this month is about you getting really clear on those changes that you want and just being determined about it. Because as I said, you've got the guidance here. This is not just best for you, it's best for everyone else too. It's best for your life path, it's best for the environment, it's best for the whole world. Really, it's best for the whole world. So you need to make that decision now. Yeah, initiate, you see. And so this is based in love. It's about you loving yourself. It's about you loving everyone else. It's about you loving the environment and the planet itself. It's about you loving your life, appreciating yourself, respecting yourself, appreciating your life, respecting your life. It's like, I just can't do this anymore. This is asking you to get to that point now of feeling what you've been doing, Sagittarius, and what your lifestyle has been doing to you, and saying to yourself, this is where I draw a line in the sand, and because I just can't do this anymore. I can't do this to myself, and I can't do this to the world, because this is holding us back from the world being amazing. And I've got to be that change now. I've got to make this change. And so I don't believe in the constrictions like these, because we've had these constrictions taken away from us now, haven't we? We're given the perfect opportunity now to make these changes. And so you've got to initiate them. Your only point of influence is your own life, Sagittarius. Your only control that you have in the world is your life, what you're doing with your life, the way that you live it, your responses, what your thoughts are, what your emotional state is, your love, it's your heart. You've got to do the best for you. That's the only way change can come about. We might have all been sat back before saying, oh, well, why didn't the world leaders, make some decisions so that they could make the environment better? Why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that? And then the reality is that they can't, like, they don't have the power to do that. They only have the power over their own lives too. Like, nobody We've made these structures, but it goes against the laws of the universe. Nobody can have the power to do that. They have only got the power over their lives as well. And so it's got to be, we've been shown now how we're all connected. We've been shown how our unique individual actions is affecting the environment, is affecting the whole world. And so that we can make that change now. We can see how powerful we are. We can make that change in our own lives now. It's not just you going through that. It's not just me going through that. It's everybody in the world going through that right now. And if we all make the right decisions for ourselves and make those changes in ourselves, that's when the whole world is going to change. That's when the environment's going to be sorted out. That's when things can really change. And so don't be fearful of that, and don't think, but I have to go back to the way it was. You don't. You can be brave and courageous in your own life, and everyone's being asked to do that right now and step up. And this is about love. This is about loving yourself. It's about loving everyone else. It's about loving the planet. This is your time to step up and be courageous now and initiate your life as you want it to be, and be adamant in that, be adamant in that. And if we'd all have been adamant in that before, then the world leaders would have had to do a change. It's like, it's okay saying, oh well, the health, we wouldn't have a health crisis if everyone would just eat right. And so the powers that be should change the eating recommendations. It's like, no, we've got to change what we eat now and demand that of the shops to give us that food. If everyone does that, right, then it changes. Just relying on it, a top-down change, will never change anything, because that's out of your sphere of influence, and it's out of everybody's sphere of influence, even the leaders, even the people that we think have the power. They didn't have the power, and that's why they couldn't take it. They don't have the power of change like that. We've seen that. They don't have the power because the economic system has power over them. The corporations have power over them. These lobbyists for food manufacturers have power over them. They don't have the power. They, like us, like every single human being on this planet, only has the power over their own minds, because that is a universal principle, and we can't get past universal principles as much as we even try. And so it's up to you to initiate the changes that you want. No small call there, but you've got to step up now. You've got to be courageous, and you've got to make those changes, because the rest, you do it, the rest of the world's going to do it too. And you know what it is, because look, Sagittarius, you know what it is. These are the changes that you've been asking other people to make. You've been wanting those leaders to make these changes, and now you're realizing you have the power, and it's within you to change your life. And your focus, if you're really determined, if you're determined to do this, remember, everyone else is going through this at the same time. We're all in similar situations. The power of your focus, don't underestimate that. It goes into the collective. And the more you make a clear decision on it, the more, it's the 100th monkey effect. Have you heard of that? 100 monkeys start on an island somewhere. They start using a tool to open up the coconuts. Then on other islands, they all start. So one starts it, another one watches it, and starts doing it. And it's once 100 of them start doing it, then on all the other islands, they all get it, because it's in the collective consciousness of the monkeys. By then, and you have your part to play in the collective consciousness. The only control that you've got, the only power you've got, is in your mind, in your life. You change your life, and you'll be surprised the impact that will have on the rest of the world. It gives permission to other people, even though they can't see you, to do the same thing too. It gives your sphere of influence, maybe people that can see you, it gives them permission to do it too. It gives them the confidence and the courage to do it. And maybe you're the courageous one, because I keep on hearing courage, courage, courage. Maybe you're the courageous one that can set this off as well in your peer group and actually do that. And so you're knowing what you need to change. Of course, you're feeling it now. You are feeling it. You can't ignore it now. You know what it is, the changes that you want, because it's been coming out of your mouth. It's what you've been writing about on social media. It's that. And it's time for you to focus on that and change it in your life now, and know the power of your focus, because you're actually changing the collective consciousness. You're a powerful being. We're all powerful beings. And we have more power than we think. But it's been misplaced. A lot of people haven't been realizing where their power is. You know, you may have heard before, oh, you've only got the power over your own life, and the most powerful thing is how you react and things like that. But maybe you're just like compartmentalizing that. Well, that's just for spiritual life. It's not real life. I still got to go to work. I've still got to do this. But it's like not true. It's not true. It's about everything, and it applies to everything. So what you're doing in your life is very, very important. This is a time where we're all called to be like rebels and do our own thing, because we've all learned like what we all know what it is that we want to do, and it's all different too. But if we play our part, if we listen to our heart, if we do those things that have been in our heart, those ideas that we've had, if we do that for ourselves now, and maybe in our communities too, let that spread out to our communities, not by dictating that everyone does it our way. That's not true, because different people want different things. But just by being the courageous one, doing it for ourselves, letting other people know that this is what you're doing now. It's like, I'm not going back to that commute thing. That's crazy. And you can tell all your colleagues that too. It's like, we've just shown that we can work from home. Well, let's not destroy the environment anymore. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm going to tell my boss, like, we've shown that there is no reason for us to be in the office now. There's no reason for that. It's exhausting doing that commute. We don't need to be there. It's wrecking the environment. We've got proof of that now, because the environment is recovering just after a couple of weeks of this stopping or even reducing a lot. And so it's that kind of thing, you know, it's using your power, not to push other people around. Just be really clear in the changes that you want. Be determined about that. And it could be that your workplace will not accept that. It could be that. But when you have that knowing and that focus, and you're determined to have that lifestyle, the law of attraction will work. It will bring you a new job with people that are on that same level as you, and then that change can grow there. And so it's not about you convincing everyone that you have been around, or other people that have got a different idea of what they want and they're putting that into place. It's not about you asserting your energy. It's about you doing the right thing for you, and then letting the universe sort itself out and then put you in that right place so that you are fulfilling your life purpose. So let's go back through that. Sagittarius, April for you. Your feelings, you've really been feeling the consequences, feeling what your life until now has been doing to you, the patterns that you've had, those habits that you've had, the work that you've been doing, the lifestyle that you've had, all of that. You're really feeling it now. And now you're being asked to make some self-loving decisions for yourself of how you want your life to be, your lifestyle to be, your work to be, where you want to work, you know. And it's for your energy, so that you're resting more. You've been doing too much, and this is not just about working too much, and it's not about, like, you know, 7 hours working and 3 hours rest or whatever. It's not just about that. This is about actually facing those things that are unrestful, those things that have been wearing you out, those things that you're really feeling now that have been draining you and wearing you out, because that's guidance of what is right for you, and what is right for you is right for the rest of the world too. As in, if you are living that perfect lifestyle for you, this is not about everyone else having to live that lifestyle. It's about you living that lifestyle of what's best for you. And then that gives you the energy to be able to do what you came here to do. Yeah. So that's what I mean. It's that the guidance is best for everyone. It's not that what's best for you is best for everyone. Do you know what I mean? It's not as if you decide, like, it's like my lifestyle. Like my lifestyle is best for me, but I'm not like stupid enough to think that it's best for everyone. I'm not like preaching everyone should get up at 5:30 in the morning and then go for a run on the beach at 6 o'clock, and then do a YouTube live at 8 o'clock, and then work in the morning, and then rest in the afternoon, and then work out again in the afternoon, and then go to bed at 8 o'clock. You know, that works for me, and that is amazing for me. I'm not stupid enough to think that that's best for everyone else. But what I do know is that when I do that, I am the best for everyone else in the world. I can help people in my business. I can make these YouTube videos. I can guarantee that I do my readings within 24 hours of people ordering them, because I've got the energy, and I know that I've got the energy every day to do that. I'm available, but I don't work all the time. You know what I mean? It's that. And so once you get into that lifestyle, once you find out what's right for you, and you're living that, and you're determined to do that, and you're not going to go back to the old ways, then you're going to be the best for the world. You're going to have the right energy for the world. So that's why that guidance is coming through. It's not just guidance for you, it's guidance for you to be at your best so that you can give the best to the world. So that's how it's best for the world. And of course, it's best for the environment. I'm really picking up like some things that you've been doing have not just been draining you, they've been draining the environment, and you're realizing that now, Sagittarius. And it's not just you. I'm not saying like the environment's your problem. It's everybody's problem. We've all been doing that shit, right? To varying degrees, okay? Also, so we've got love and initiate. So you're being asked to be really clear on what it is that you want to do, what you don't want to do anymore. Really, really clear on that. And as I said, it might be if the job that you've been in won't allow you it won't conform with these decisions that you've made, another one will, because the law of attraction works. Universal principles apply no matter what's going on in the world. I keep on hearing that message over and over again. My guys are saying, Claire, universal principles still apply no matter what's going on in the world, no matter whether we're in lockdown, universal, restrictions to borders, universal principles still apply. And so you've got to do the best. Loving yourself is doing the best for the world. It's loving the environment, it's loving the planet, it's loving everyone else too. And so you set those things off, you make those decisions and set it off now. Start doing it now. Even if you're in lockdown, start doing it now. Because you already know, it's what you've been writing about already on social media, it's what you've been telling people already, but you were wanting somebody in power to do it. But there is nobody in power. Our only power is over our own lives, our own focus, what we do, our actions that we take, what we think, how we're feeling. And that goes for every single human being on this planet. There is no one that has power. Believe me, there is nobody that has power. And so if you're thinking someone else has power, they don't. They only have power over their own lives, and they're realizing that too now, right? They're realizing that too. So you know the changes that you want to make, and you've got to apply that to your own life now and really get focused on that. Because as I said, Sagittarius, when you change that in your life, you're going to have an impact on the rest of the world because of that. Not only because you're going to have the energy to be able to do your best work now, but because your sphere of influence, so people seeing you have the courage to do that and be the rebel in a way, to do what's best for you and do what's best for the world. As a result, it's going to give them permission to do the same for themselves, and there's going to be that hundredth monkey effect through the collective consciousness and your power as part of the collective consciousness, because we're all one. We're all one. So, wow, Sagittarius, big month for you, really big month, and you've got to get clear and determined this month, Sagittarius. If you like this reading, please click like and subscribe to my channel. Share it with your friends as well. If you got benefit out of that and value out of that, then share it with your friends. They'll probably get value out of theirs too if they're not Saggies. And the rest of the readings, especially for this month, like the readings over this time period of all the stuff that's going on, they've been incredible. Even if I say so myself, I've been getting a lot out of it personally for myself too. Leave a comment. What did you get out of that? How did it resonate with you? I love hearing from you. And remember, I've got half-price reading sales every weekend now. And so check out my website, behealing.com. I do work through the week as well, but just my normal readings are available now, not the half-price ones, because I'm busy enough in the week anyway. Have an awesome April, Sagittarius, and I'll see you next time. Bye.